Hello everyone, this is LV Spencer. I'll be your host today with 7 Minutes with LV. Thank you for joining this first session. Our topic for today is Skype for Business Guide. Recently we published a guide that shows where you can go to learn more about how to use Skype for Business. So this session is not focusing on how to use Skype for Business, but where to go to find out more about how you can use Skype for Business. Many of you are already Skype for Business users. Some of you may be brand new to Skype for Business. But Skype for Business enables you to communicate, collaborate with anyone, anywhere, on any device. There are some of the key features of Skype for Business, which we've abbreviated here as SVB, is you can start ad hoc conversations. You can make an audio or video call with Skype for Business, and you can also share and collaborate with your other team members, and also schedule an online meeting like we're having here today. How do we get to the guide? So the easiest way to get to the Skype for Business guide is go to Yammer. There's several ways that you can get to Yammer, but I usually go through the portal.office.com, or I think you can go straight to yammer.com. But you want to go to the Skype for Business page or group. Make sure at the Skype for Business, and then over on the left-hand corner is the pinned panel. And the very first entry is the Skype for Business user guide. So you just click on there and it's going to pull up the guide for you. But make sure you're in the Skype for Business. Also on this slide in the top right hand corner is a shortcut to the guide. I will be posting this presentation, the recording, out on Skype for Business at this group, so be on a lookout for it on this site. So let's go in and start taking a review of the guide that's been published for your benefit. Feel free to share this guide with others. It's there for others to use as well. Okay. Here's the guide, and it starts off with the table of contents. Then it moves right into the purpose of the guide. This guide is best read if it's online. There's a lot of hyperlinks in the guide that's going to take you to hints and suggestions. So make sure you're trying to use this online. Sometimes people confuse Skype for Business with Skype. Some people call Skype for Business Skype, but these are actually two separate programs. They're in the same family. Skype is that tool that you use at home for with your parents, with your children. But there's another version called Skype for Business, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And based on your license is going to affect what capabilities you have with Skype for Business. One of the things you'll see is if it has an asterisk, if you see something with an asterisk behind it, that requires an advanced license. If we go on down the chart here, we see some of the things of Skype for Business can do. We start off with the how-tos. These are just guides and some things on the exchange. So if you click on these hyperlinks, it's going to show you how you can use Skype for Business on your computer, and it's also going to show you how you can use it on your mobile app as well. So it starts off with some guides, then it goes into a help center. So if you're having trouble with it, just click on the Skype for Business Help Center. And here's some of the key features about what you can do with Skype for Business. Tells about how to install it, add a contact, update your picture, make and receive calls, how to start a meeting, and then we get into some videos. So if you're more video, want to see it visually, feel free to use these videos. Then there's some resource hubs you can go on to, and there's training. that is also available for Skype for Business. We have a section here on etiquette. I recommend you go through there and take a look at some of the proper things to do or don't. One of the key things is if you can go in and see if people are busy or not. Is if you see them busy, that's not a good time to IM them. Or if you see that they're presenting, that's not a very good time to IM them. And you can always create a status change. So when their status goes from busy to available, you can be notified. There's also some instant messaging rules you can take a look at and sort of become a little bit more professional in how we do our instant messaging. Added some tips. One of the things you want to do is be sure to add your picture to your Skype for Business and let people know who they're talking with. You don't have to have Skype for Business on your device. You can actually use the Skype for Business web scheduler. So be sure to use that. There's also some tips and tricks that you can have. This is going to refer to Link. Oftentimes you'll see something called Link. That's the predecessor to the current Skype for Business. You can also join meetings early to make sure that your audio and video is working properly. So there's also a section on frequently asked questions. Can you invite people outside the American Red Cross? You sure can. I do it every week when I'm conducting training. I invite people that do not have an American Red Cross email address. That's sort of a rumor that's going around that you have to have a Skype for American Red Cross email, and you do not have to do that. Okay, you do not have to have Skype for Business on your computer. So here's some other things you can do, some more Skype, and there's also an end user support where you can get some more support. So that's the guide. Feel free to go out there and take a look at it, dig down a little bit deeper, and how Skype for Business can make you more efficient in your day-to-day job. If you have some tips and tricks on how to use Skype for Business, feel free to post them out at the Skype for Business Yammer group. If you have some topics on future 7 Minutes with LV, feel free to send those to me so we can include those in future sessions. Our time is up, so I want to thank you for attending today's session. I encourage you to use Skype for Business to its full capability so that you can become more efficient and more effective in communicating and collaborating with your teams. Thank you for joining me.